In this video, we're going to learn how to report your community placement in S4. If you're not familiar with S4, start by reviewing the What is S4 and How to Find It video tutorial. Once you register for the appropriate class in your Student Center, navigate to the S4 database via your My Humboldt portal. On the Home tab of S4, you will see the classes for which you need to report your placements. Note that it may take up to 48 hours for your class registration from your Student Center to be reflected in S4. To learn more about the S4 navigation, select the View the Dashboard Guided Tour link in the upper right corner of the page. To learn more about the S4 placement process at your own pace, you can select the View the Placement Guided Tour button and see on-screen step-by-step instructions for how to proceed. To begin the placement reporting process, select the Place button located to the right of your class. Note that you will not be able to complete your placement if you search for your placement site using the Sites tab of the database. To report your placement successfully, you must select the Place button next to the class. On the next page, locate the Search by Site option and select the corresponding Search by Site button. Next, you will arrive on the Program Site search page. Enter the full or partial name of your placement site in the keyword field. For example, you may enter recreation or athletics or the name of the town in which your placement is located. Next, select the Apply Filter button and scroll down the list of search results until you see your desired placement site. If you don't see the site you are looking for, try to search for another word. If all searches fail, contact your class instructor. If you are fully employed by your site to report your placement, search for a site called Exempt Sites for Paid and Prearranged by Student Employment. Once you find the site for which you are placing, select its name. Review the site details, then select the Select This Site button. Notice that you may monitor the progress of your placement at the top of the page in the Placement Progress section. You may also abandon the current placement and start a new one by selecting the Start Over button. Once you select the site, you will be asked to report the term, which will be populated automatically based on your registration and does not need to be changed, and the estimated number of hours required to complete the course. Enter the estimated number of hours, then select the Next button. Now you will see all forms associated with your placement. Select the Complete Form button next to each of these forms and follow the instructions on the screen. Note that your placement is not going to be complete until you fill out all the required placement forms. To learn more about the S4 forms, watch the How to Fill Out Forms in S4 video. If for any reason you have to abandon the placement reporting process at this time, you will be able to get right back to this step from your S4 Home tab by selecting the Continue button to the right of the corresponding course. Once you complete all the forms, select the Finish Placement button. Now your placement recording process is complete. You can confirm that by selecting the Home tab and verifying that there is a Placed button to the right of the class for which you just reported the placement. Next, we will learn how to fill out forms in S4 and how to create a time log and report your hours in S4. Select the links on this page to navigate to the next video. If you have S4 questions we did not address in these videos, email us at s4@humboldt.edu.